Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today for this process video. I decided to do a layout this Sunday, and I'm going to take this paper here and just trim down to make sure it's 12 by 12, and we're going to attach it to a piece of chipboard. And normally what I do is I take the, what do they call it, score tape, and put it around the outside edge and then use the glue. But this time I just had the glue on my desk, so that's what I used to lay it down. And I'm just rubbing it, making sure everything is down. And instead of having, you guys sit and watch me cover it with the clear gesso, I'm actually going to wind up doing that off camera. I'm just going to show you the bottle real quick, and then we'll get started on using the stencil. And I'm just using some embossing paste. This is the Wendy, is it Becky embossing paste. I love this embossing paste, and I need to get more because I'm literally getting ready to start scraping the bottom. And all I'm doing is taking the stencil, and I wanted to put the squares in 3 different sections, because over here on the right, where we're doing right now, will be a little cluster, and over on the far left is going to be the main cluster. So after that, I pulled out the stencil. It's by who is this one by? It's a Fabric Elements, and it was part of our August kit with Scrapbooking with Me boutique. I finally got the chance to use it, so I'm just taking 2 of the stencil pieces and, putting some more paste down. We're going to use the bloom spray, and I'm just filling it up with water. And then once you have it filled up with water, you just got to give it a shake, because you want to get all the powder off on the bottom. So we're going to use this pink one and the Vintage Metal Tea Stain. And then, let me see here, the pink one, I thought I had it right here still. It actually wound up being a little bit darker than I had initially planned. And what I did was I put this inside of our spray cubby, and I'm just spraying and then standing it upright so that way I get the drip edge. And then in the process of doing the sprays, I realized, oh, okay, let me put the highlight of the gold up at the top, have some drip up, and then have the pink drip down. And to help the process, I'm just using my heat tool to help dry some of this up, because I did do a lot of spraying on it. Alright, so now we're just going to kind of play and figure out the process. I did some of it while I was off camera just so I could have an idea. I'm using the hot glue gun on this process. I know I see a lot of people use it's that clear tacky glue, but for me, just for speed and all that, I wanted to use the hot glue gun. As I'm laying out the flowers and stuff, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do my clusters, and I want to use a mixture of flowers, because whenever I do a layout, what I try to do is pull out everything I think I could possibly want to use, so that way it's all in like shot of my hands, so that way I can grab it. Once I have my plan down, I decided I wanted to emboss the Wonderful, so I'm just going to ink it up in some Versamark ink. See that every time. And once I have it all inked up, I'm going to take the Nuvo glitter, and this one is Enchanted Gold, and we're going to go ahead and heat emboss that. And this gold, it's really pretty. It's hard to explain. I really do like the Nuvo brand. I highly suggest it. It's got some really good embossing powders. I love the drops, so I'm sure even their glitter paste is awesome. Alright, so I was going to put it down, and then I was like, well, why don't I put it on the frame? So I put a little bit of glue and then press that down. And then to make or help the wonderful, that end kind of stand out, I decided to put a pink flower under it. So that way the gold has something to bounce off of. And all I'm doing is adding the flowers. A little bit of glue, figuring out where exactly I want to put it. I'm trying to hide the light from the truck that was behind me and my friend. And I'm just adding the flowers. This was really a fun layout. I had in mind what I wanted to do, and I'm just glad that it wasn't one of those things where nothing seemed to come together, you know? It just seemed to flow. So I'm adding some of the smaller flowers, which I took the green leaves off, so that way, because I really didn't have anything green, so I didn't want those on the backs. And then now I'm adding some of the pearls, the pink pearls, trimming them down. I got the pink leaf. It's like a burlap leaf. It's really pretty. And I'm just sticking, you know, putting a little bit of glue and then sticking the pins down, trying to make sure that they're, you know, secured. And then that's pretty much what I want to do with that side. So I just cut the doily in half, added some glue on the back, and we're just going to glue that down. And I knew I wanted to use this big clock, so I'm just trying to lay out some flowers, see how I want it to hook everything up over on that side. So instead of doing hot glue for the clock, I wanted to stand it up some, so I decided to put it on some foam tape, and then I'm just gluing down the flowers, and I decided to add one more pink one right there, and I think that makes it so that wonderful is actually standing out a little bit more. And then I'm going to take some of the pearls, figure out where I want to have them sticking out with the leaf, and then on the pearl pieces, I cut them down, and then I just put a little glue on the end, so that way once I stick it in, it'll adhere wherever it lays, so that way they don't fall out. And I like putting little hidden things so that, like, if you tilt it or if you look at a certain angle, you'll be like, oh my god, there's a pearl over there. So that's what I did. And then these are flat, what do they call, like dewdrops, or with these I'm just using the glitter glue, the art glitter glue, to put them down. A couple of times I did use too much glue, but thankfully art glitter glue dries clear, so we'll have no problems. And that one was just a little bit too big. I did like it. Eventually I will figure out what to use that on, that really big one. But I think the droplets just added a little something to it. And right about here I decided I wanted to do some splatters. So I'm just taking some post-it notes that I had on my desk to cover up the photo. And then I decided to take the black gesso and one of my blocks, added some water, and just started doing some of the splatter. It's very subtle, but you can see it, and I did it with the black and the white. Alright, so thank you guys for joining me. I hope you like this process, and please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. If you'd like to see more of these videos, you can leave comments down below. I'm still, having fun playing and figuring out, my particular style, what I like. So this has been a lot of fun. And like I said, I think I'm starting to like to get messy at least once a week. Alright, you guys, we will see you with the next video. Have a good one.